I am now a Ricoma influencer. Yes, you heard that right. I tricked yet another company into working with me. So yeah, I'm working with Ricoma. They've sent me this awesome embroidery machine, which you don't see in here. And you might be wondering, forsooth, kittens, where is that beautiful giant machine? So I already have a 10 needle embroidery machine. So of course they're like, why would we send you a 10 needle embroidery machine when you already have a 10 needle? Why don't we send you 15 needles? That's 5 extra needles of awesome. That's also 5 more needles I have to thread. But also 5 less color changes. Anywho, all the joking and camera pans aside, you might be wondering, why aren't we with the machine right now? Well, that's because it's huge. It got here in a giant crate, and we didn't realize how big it was going to be. Even though the dimensions and the weight and everything were very available on their website, we just completely miscalculated. So gross weight is over 500 pounds, and that's with the machine sitting on the table that comes with the machine. My room, this beautiful office, is on the 2nd floor. It's not coming up here because we didn't want to put that much concentrated weight on the wood supports in like this one tiny area. And to be perfectly honest, they could barely make it up the stairs with the treadmill. So we decided, why don't we just wheel it into the crafting garage, which, hey, just went through a little bit of a makeover and we have more work to do. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop down there quite literally. I'm going to pull on some witchcraft and just go. We're just going to pop down there with my crutch because I'm an idiot and I broke my hip. I'm just going to hold it. I'm just going to hold it and we're going to go and... Whoa. Okay. Whoa. It looks worse than it is, but I think the magic trick actually kind of worked. Look, we're in the garage. So this is the Ricoma MT-1501, the 15 standing for 15 beautiful needles, all attached right there. It's a lot more industrial looking than I'm used to. There is another model that is 15 needle that is slightly, I believe, just a little bit below this one. That does look a little more like a domestic multi-needle embroidery machine. This one was sent to me freight packaged and put right into the garage in its crate. We hired a service to basically come and help us lift it out of the crate. If you have people who can do that, that's great. My husband and I are height challenged and muscle challenged, unfortunately. So here's the machine, and basically it's all set up. It came freight packaged, and we just hired a secondary service to come over and unpack it for us because we are very weak people and could not get it out of the crate on our own, much less lift it onto the table. But we did build the table, and all of this, I apologize, we built off camera because of my broken hip, and we just needed to get her done. It came pre-threaded, and you can see that they've generously left the thread tails at the bottom. They're also at the top, and they tested a cap that says Ricoma on it. That's pretty cool. And for those of you who are experienced with multi-needle embroidery machines, you know as well as I do, most of the machines don't come with the hat hoop. You have to buy it. It's an extra $700 to $1,200 depending on your brand of machine to get something like that. So I was really happy when they offered to send that in addition to the machine itself. The machine comes with a table too, which is really cool. It's nice and sturdy. It's, you know, basically it's on casters. So if I pop down here, you can actually see it's got the wheels. And then you see that nice little toolbox? That has all of the tools in it, plus spare parts, if you're like me and like to lose things. So you might be wondering why I haven't powered it on yet and why it doesn't look like it's set up. I get a 2 to 3 hour training session. It's personalized just for me, where I get to learn how to use this machine. This is a little more industrial than I'm used to, so that's probably for the best. There's some things that are extremely similar, and then some things that just aren't as similar. You know, it still has an LCD panel where I can drive a lot of the embroidery functionality from here. It still accepts designs, and I mean, it still has needles that I have to learn how to thread. But, you know, all in all, there are a lot of similarities. So I'm really excited to get around to using this, but I want to walk through some of the things. Like, I have boxes of things that I'm going to basically unpack and show you what all came with the MT-1501. So let's pop into these boxes. I've got one right here. I'm not cutting that out. Right, so I am perfectly fine to hobble around without the crutch. So I am just going to put that over there. I just can't put a ton of weight on my right leg. So this box is only broken open because my husband didn't realize I needed to like do a video with unboxing everything. He was very kind enough to come in here and put boxes up on the shelving that I got back here. It's just a Amazon basic like shelving unit, basically, because this whole corner here is just going to be an embroidering paradise, and everything over there is just going to be pew, 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 pew. Anyway, so this box, because I can kind of see what's going on here, has a lot of the hoops and the attachments. So I've got an Ethernet cable, which is great, so I can hook this into my computer or just to our network. And these are the rails that you need to attach regular hoops, like traditional hoops, to the machine. And the rails will go in on this bar here that attaches to the machine head. It came, like I said earlier, it came already set up and with an example that they did, a little test on a hat. So the hat hoop is already on there, so I won't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna put the rails and the power cord over there. And now we're gonna start breaking out the hoops. So these are huge. This is ridiculously large. I'm kind of wondering, like, what am I gonna do with this? And I'm like, oh, well, I could do rugs, I could do bath mats, I could do bigger towels, because I haven't been able to do bigger towels in pretty much forever. Now, one of the things I definitely want to do, just as like a decorative kind of note for anybody, is get pegboard. So I'll put pegboard all along here and hang. For now, we have this Rubbermaid fast track thing that's up here. It's not really pictured, but we 3D printed hooks, and we're just gonna hang them on the fast track up here so I can grab them as I need. I also have all of my magnetic Mighty hoops that were made to fit a different brand, and I'm buying the arms to go on those for the Ricoma. They do fit, so I'm very happy about that because sometimes I just can't get enough of my Mighty hoops. All right, so now we got a power cable. That's kind of useful. Ooh. Oh, this must be the hat unit. Okay, so yeah. All right, so there's 2 hat rings, which is flippin' awesome. I almost said something else. This is flippin' awesome. So it's actually, holy poop. Okay, yeah. All right. So the hoop is on there, like the unit, the driver. This is the item that attaches to your table to let you set up the hat and on its hoop, and then you come and you attach it to the driver. So that's what this is. So that is going to get attached to a table that I have sitting over yonder that is very sturdy. That's the other thing, is it needs to be sturdy. You don't want to set this up on a table where you can't basically push your weight into the hoop. Sometimes, or at least with my experience using the hat hoop with my other embroidery machine, I've definitely had to bear down on it just to get it to lock and to make sure that everything is in really well. Also, if I'm glistening, I apologize. We have not set up the air conditioning unit in here yet, but it's coming. It has to. There's no way I can work in here. Oh, yay. Okay, so there's not just 1, but 2 round hoops in here. So these round hoops, let me see if I can rip this off because I don't have scissors. That's gonna change. I will have scissors eventually. Let's see. Oh, it's taped on there really well. But these are the rounder hoops. And the thing that I really love about the fact that 2 came is because sometimes you want to have something prepped. So this is perfect for my towel designs. All the towels I've been doing to the farmer's market or even to stock the website are basically done with hoops like this. So I need at least 2 because I will put one into the machine and then I'll have another one waiting on the sidelines to get put into the machine. So I always have one ready and there's no downtime for the machine. Sorry, sweetie. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll put those over there. Oh man, oh, they're huge. 2 of these as well. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. Does it say the measurements on them? I feel like it does. Yes, it does. Okay, yes. These are 11.4 by 11.4. 290 by 290 if you prefer using the metric system for that. But having 2 of these, again, wonderful. Like, I want to say that, and I'm putting the larger ones up on the fast track. I want to say that's one of the more annoying things about going with some of the other brands that cater more to a domestic audience is, and by domestic, I mean domestic sewing, domestic embroidery, like more like a hobbyist. The people who sell those machines, they tend to make you come back to buy any of the larger hoops, the specialty hoops, double of what you need. And it's very annoying when you're trying to get set up and you realize, oh, I need this other thing. And it's like your money doesn't go as far. So that's something that really has bugged me over the years. And it looks like I basically have 2 of each. So I have 2 other sizes of round hoops that are in this package. And let's see. I feel like I should like pause and go get scissors. Ooh, let's do that. Hold on. I'm gonna summon them like a Jedi. That's what I'm gonna do since I'm so magical. Okay, all right, so I totally did that. It was magical. You saw that, right? I want to make sure you guys know what the sizes are on these so you know what comes with it. Although I will link to the website below so you can look at all of the gritty details that I might not have covered very well, because that's a thing, right? Some people want to research on their own, and I get that 100%. I do the same thing. Somebody tells me, you should go get this thing. I'll be like, I'm going to read up on it. All right. Well, I'm just going to be safe and clip that a bit. We're going to give this bag an episiotomy it never knew it needed. All right, we'll put that in there. Oh, wow. Okay, so, oh, I see you, girl. It's 3. Okay, so there's 2 of each of these. Good Lord. There's, where are you, measurement? Oh, there we go. This is a 150. So 150 millimeters, 5.9 inch. There's 2 of those. Holy. 4.72 inch round. 2 of those. And itty bitty. Oh my goodness. What are you? You're so little. Well, you're for a onesie, aren't you? You are a 3.5 inch round. Whoa. Okay, so, and again, there's 2 of each of these. So I am set up to basically like production embroider all the things and all of the hoops that were provided. All right, so this box is now empty. I'm just gonna move it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use it as like a little stand real quick because I need to open 2 other boxes that came with the machine. So this was all in there, right? So we've got the auto cap. So I believe based on the description, that I saw on the website that this is going to be some hat samples. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I actually really love doing the hats. I just never thought to do them and have them out at the farmer's market. Okay, this is by Auto International. Oh, it's like for, oh yeah. So wholesale cap purchases. Oh, that's going to be helpful. Awesome. Okay. So they sent me, wow, 3 hats to try. And I know one of them is for the training. They sent me files and everything for the training. So this appears to be a dad cap and like a nice, like an army green. Here is a structured hat. And oh my gosh, a snapback with a flat bill. So these are the three main kinds of hats that you usually see businesses offer when they do embroidery. And the cool thing about what really got me with the hat hoop is it's 270 degrees. So it goes ear to ear. My other one doesn't do that. It can only do maybe 4 inches wide and maybe 2 1/4 high before you're way out of the cap range and or the hoop range, and it starts to get really messy. This is going to get used very quickly. I'm very happy about that. And and they gave me a catalog. So they'll give me a catalog on the inside so I can take a look at that and figure out what I want to bulk order. So those samples are really awesome. Much appreciated. We'll put those right there. Okay, and the other box, I kind of knew what this was because who doesn't love Madeira thread? You know who doesn't? Bad people. So I usually order giant cones of Madeira, and but only in the colors that I use frequently. If it's not something I'm going to use frequently, then I just get like a smaller cone. You know, like what, the 1100 yards, I think they come in. So I usually just grab those. Okay. Oh my. Right, there's a letter from Ricoma in here that explains what's in here. So there's 15 mini snap cones of poly neon. Okay, yeah, 1100 yards each. A 10 tray of Madeira large eye ballpoint needles and another that has sharp needles. So I've got 2 sets of needles. And pre-wound bobbins, L size. That's good because usually I use MagnaGlide bobbins that are pre-wound so that the magnet it stays in there. It's very good if you have a side loading. And then tons and tons of interfacing samples and the color card from Madeira. That's very important because if you're looking at colors, if you're ordering online and you can't get to a store and you are looking through your monitor at the different colors that they offer, your monitor might not be calibrated and the yellow you choose might actually be a little more, green or pink. It's like there's color balance that goes into it. So there's a guide for backing. So you can learn how to use different interfaces, stabilizers, basically for embroidery. There's the poly neon. Oh yeah, here's the card I was saying that you should get. Everyone should have something like this because it accurately shows you the colors as they would be presented without having to calibrate your monitor. And it gives you the number. So you can always look up from the Madeira site the number and always have the accurate color. Then here's a catalog, which is very nice to have. That's so nice. Needle guide. And then all of the different samples of the different stabilizers. So it looks like they have one specifically for caps and it is pre-cut to fit the cap ear to ear. That's nice. Nice. They're water-soluble topper, tearaway, and cutaway, which is good if you have something that you are trying to wear. So if it's something that's going to be worn, used frequently, washed frequently, you should probably use cutaway stabilizer. And what I can do is I can go and do a separate video on stabilizer specifically for machine embroidery and show you their uses. They did provide a sample of 60 weight thread for the bag makers who are watching. That is a little confusing because usually bag makers, especially if we're using industrial machines, are going to talk about text and not weight. So the text number does not equate to the weight. So when you go by thread weight, 60 is actually smaller than 40. 40 would be your standard all-purpose thread, 60 being bobbin thread, very thin. But you can also use 60 weight thread for small details and small lettering. I mean, you really should. Otherwise, they're gonna look really clunky and you're not gonna be able to read anything. So if you have some text that's like really small script and you need to embroider, you probably should use a 60 weight thread on that element. So that's nice. All right, here is a sample of, or actually there's two of these. Okay, so there's two of these. Open the box, awesome. Yep, so there's pre-wound bobbins, and then it said a 10 pack, it's actually 20. So there's enough ballpoint needles and standard embroidery sharp needle size 11 in here to do all of these as needed. And you know, funny thing is, like, I've only changed needles like once on an embroidery machine. I have never been able to track how many stitches are in there. That's on me. Oh, it also has snips and tweezers in here as well that I can see. And then here's the colors they gave. I hold that up so you can see. Look at all the beautiful colors. Oh my God, it's so pretty. That's so nice. I like Pedro Pascal, so I guess we can imitate him here. Ooh, oh yeah, girl, that's what I'm talking about. So here's the other sample box, which has different colors in it. Yes! So both of those boxes have the Poly Neon 40 thread in them. It was just different color packs. This looks to be fairly standard. So we've got red, purple, gray, silver, but not metallic, not to be confused with metallic. Pink, navy, black, orange, like a bronzy gold, but again, not metallic, blue, and a very dark green. It's a darker green, not like, you know, a primary color green. Wow, all those samples. Oh, yep, I'm good. I'm good, I got it. This is fine. See, I just leave everything in the video because you guys need to know how bad I am at this stuff. All right, the one thing I did want to highlight from the unboxing of the crate is that it came with a toolbox. And the reason I found this so important is because it had all kinds of spare items in here that don't typically come with an embroidery machine. I have bought many embroidery machines and sewing machines over the years, and I've never gotten this many spare parts. And that's wonderful. We've got all kinds of extra screws that are the correct size for all of the different elements of the machine. There's 2 extra feet in case something happens to one of these. I've got cables. There's a USB stick in here, which is important because that's how I'm going to deliver the designs to the machine. And it's just like any other multi-needle. It's right here on the side. And of course, I'm leaving this covered. I mentioned why. Springs and all that. Oh, bobbins, yay. That's good. But not only that, they send you with tools, okay? So they gave me all of these tools to use. Screwdrivers, oh my goodness, all extra nozzles for the thread. This part I actually really like is the thread loops through or passes through these little channels here. They're nice and loosey-goosey, but the important thing with that is I don't have to worry about accidentally snagging it if I'm trying to change thread and pull through the machine, which is a wonderful trick, so you never have to like fully thread unless there's a break. But so oftentimes I would like accidentally snag one of my fingers or a nail or something on another thread and pull it, and then there's a lot of cussing, and I can't do that on YouTube anymore. Tools. And then they also gave me a bottle. There's a tip inside the bottle so that I can oil the bobbin chamber. It makes it sound really cool. Because you need to do that. You need to keep a machine oiled like this, especially one that is running at such a high frequency. And you don't need special oil. You just need sewing machine oil. So, but definitely do not put olive oil or canola oil or vegetable oil in there. Okay, please do not do that. Don't squeeze your animal's anal glands and put that in there. That's nasty. Well, that's about it. Everything is set up. I just need to get like everything in place and ready for my one-on-one tutoring session so I can learn how to use the machine safely and correctly. And I'm resisting the urge to turn it on. I really do. Oh my goodness, but I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna listen to them. And I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be able to represent Ricoma and show you all the wonderful things that we're gonna do. And I have some really cool ideas for things we're gonna do with this related directly to bag making. So pay attention in the coming weeks as I start diving down that rabbit hole of awesome. Please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments below.